Agent Fluffy here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy for Turnabout Samurai Part 5. Now, I'm trying to figure out the evidence that's gonna be going on for this testimony. Okay, no one else went there. Let's see. There we go! Got it! Boom! Shakalaka! Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photograph was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Ouch! Jesus. Right. Anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work in the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out in this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed on the words October 15th, 2 o'clock p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 o'clock p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it was really the only photo? Oh, baby! Oh, boy!
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, as is what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Eh? Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Mr. Will Powers. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to be.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand those newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Huh? But believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Huh. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Again, I had my lunch.
I see. Your testimony, please.
Witness testimony, the other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please Okay. I gotta get this real quick. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Examination, the other person. Another job?
That's right. I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all the security camera data?
Oh, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Exactly.
Water is good for everything. I just had to take a drink.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers' phone, did I?
I think she's missing the point. Yeah. Well, who in the heck is fuck? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Huh, a fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Well, wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Which is the one I pretty much investigated earlier. There.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leaked outside and, well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh,
And?
they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased?
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?
Order! Let me get it straight. I saw 2 people pass by the gate on the way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who lost the other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in his 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right! As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on?
I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Oh, excuse me. October 18th, 11:08 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone who wants to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we going to do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another date.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. Ooh. Oh boy. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick. It's time.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. I feel ya. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
I will now reconvene the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. That is who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great, as the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers who could have committed murder?
I would say the security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Woohoo!
The Steel Samurai is dragging this leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
Well, what? Whippersnapper?
Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you!
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone on the main gate. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone on the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal a Steel Samurai costume. Then slid into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Well, why would she go through the trouble of wearing her Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see! Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh, yeah. Right there. Sherlock Holmes the second, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something!
What's my move? I mean, now's my chance to take this the whole way. Let's press him further! The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only in grade school though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my own When I was that age, I could pin my own man in 10 seconds, tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy's not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to the kids and meet your Elders' Day, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Indeed? Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright.
You have proof that shows the boy cannot have committed this murder?
Well, it's simple. The samurai spear. Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would his character comment on this?
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend the proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy, what's her name?
Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look...
Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned.
All right.
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run up barking up the wrong... I'm not just gonna sit here while you run up barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking!
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what's this all about? Have you omitted something for your testimony?
Actually, you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom?
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth that told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
What is testimony? My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people in the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been in the studios that day. But you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free!
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this in the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No. This isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
The power of the Oldbag! Ba-boom! So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? I mean, exactly! That wouldn't make sense! You gotta have a director running through those scenes, you know? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
That's because you had to keep your mouth shut! So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked more questions, but let's continue. Miss Oldbag, this is trial for murder.
I know that, silly!
A nice glass of ice water.
Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I asked all the questions I had to ask. Let's continue it. Guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can, of course. Let's see. Let's see. So they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
Oh, that's good. I swear it.
I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Them? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
Let's see. I've already went through these. I think I'm gonna take a break. I've already got all the cross-examination stuff. I think I'm gonna let them take a break. I'm gonna take a break on the cross-examination. Yeah. Let's take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others in the global studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and, some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh, boy. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I...
We'll be going down to the we'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We had to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Alright. This is the end of the trial section. Alright, that is the end of part 4 of what? Part 4? I think, yeah, part 5. I can't. It's part 5. Alright, okay. So, let me start again. This ends the part 5 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy for Turnabout Samurai Part 5. This has been Agent Fluffy, and I will see you guys next time when we investigate more. Bye! Hey everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me even more, feel free to support my Patreon. The links are right here.